Uh, there's something else you did mention. That was about Bush. All right. Now I love when people blame Bush about everything because it shows that even though you might have you might have the cojones to get out there and say shit, but when you're still blaming Bush, it's basically almost been 4 years now, and you're still blaming Bush. You want to get mad at Scott Walker for not doing something in 1 year, but you don't get mad at Obama for not achieving something in 4 years. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I really respect your opinion on that one right there. Let's look at the record. George Bush in his 8 years had the longest streak of uninterrupted job growth. All right, it was 52 months of uninterrupted job growth. It may have been a little bit of job growth, but it was the longest on record of uninterrupted job growth. All right, between the Bush administration, the Clinton administration, and the Obama administration, the Bush administration was in his first. Was it the first? Was it the? Damn, I don't even remember now. Okay, well, whether it was the first term or both terms combined, he still raised more revenue than the Clinton and the Obama administrations did in terms of cutting taxes and allowing the economic base to grow. Okay, so when you have more businesses in the United States doing business, you have more money flowing around, so you have more money to draw from when you tax. All right, so even though the taxes are lower, it's drawing in more money, so you're able to pull more out of the economy to fund basically everything you got to fund for the federal government. So the federal government was actually bringing in more revenue during the Bush administration than during the Clinton and the Obama administration. All right, and I think that was the proportional statistic, and not because Obama has only been 4 years, so they were doing it proportionally down per year. On average, Bush drew in more money, but I don't know if it's on average or in total, so don't quote me on that. All right, so. He didn't. He may have. You may have said, "Oh, he's doing it with you said, a credit card or whatever." All right. That's funny because Barack Obama has raised the debt and the deficit higher than all the other presidents combined. All right, we're at $16 trillion. All right, and it's gone up more than $6 trillion since Obama took office. All right, so that's a lot of freaking money, right? I remember when I was watching The View, I was watching The View, and Whoopi Goldberg was talking, and she was talking about this guy. We blew a lot of dough because of this guy. She kept saying, and she was talking about George Bush and how we blew so much dough because of him. And this was back in like 2009, 2010, around there, and it was just so telling because even in 2010, Barack Obama had already exceeded expenditures above the 8 years of George Bush. So it was absolutely ridiculous for her to for liberals or liberal-minded people to continue to bash Bush. All right, from 2000, there was actually a recession in 2000, so he kind of inherited a recession. All right, and it's not Clinton's fault either. It was that dot-com bubble that created that recession, just like the housing bubble created the recession again. These are not the fault of George Bush. All right, many people didn't see it coming, or many people didn't take the warning seriously. All right. People like, for instance, Ron Paul took the warning seriously. They tried to warn people, but a lot of people didn't listen because they were getting other information, but like from the Federal Reserve saying, "Oh, everything's okay." So they didn't know who to believe. So they believed people that were already in power, like in the Federal Reserve. So these are things that are outside of George Bush's power, but he did the best he could, and we actually had a somewhat decent period between 2000 and 2008. The price of a gallon of gasoline before Barack Obama took office was under $2. All right, and it was under less favorable conditions because we were having our troops dying every single day in Iraq. All right, and yet the price of a gallon was able to go under $2. Right now, it's not going to go under $3 probably ever again. All right, and that's economics involved now. It's not about the people are scared about what's going on in the Middle East, whatever. Right now, we're talking about economics. It's never going to go under $3 again. All right, unless of course we have a really hard conservative push to but it's actually traded on the world market, and it's a commodity, so like it's not going to go under $3 again because of the speculation and because it's on world supply and demand. So oil is on a world economic level, so that's not going to go under $3 again. And the only thing that Obama can do to circumvent that is to increase the supply, because even though on a commodity supply and demand don't really have too much of an impact, it still has an impact. And you'd get a lot more jobs by drilling and all this stuff. I don't want to get into that. It's about Wisconsin. All right. First of all, I'm not biased. All right. I was biased towards Scott Walker, but all right. Here's the bomb, like how Scott Walker said. I'm dropping the bomb. All right. I do not like Republicans and I do not like Democrats. I hate them both because they are both the same. They are exactly the same. There is no difference between the two of them. They are the same. All right. There are minuscule differences that come based on candidates. All right. Both parties adopt the same platforms, but they have different ways of coming about doing their platforms. But the candidates sometimes might be genuine. Sometimes you might have a Dennis Kucinich in the Democratic Party who's genuine. You might have a Ron Paul in the Republican Party who's genuine, but they are rare and they don't really fit in, and they find ways to get those people out of the party because they basically go against what both parties are trying to do. It's only an illusion to control people, just like divide and conquer in Wisconsin is an illusion to control people. In on a federal level, on a national level, Republican, Democrat, red and blue. This is an illusion to control you, make you think you have a choice, all right? But whether you vote for one or the other, you're getting the same shit anyways, all right? So I don't like either party, all right? I don't like Fox News. I don't watch Fox News. People keep saying that in their comments. I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch MSNBC. I don't watch CNN. All right, I watch a lot of the foreign media, all right? BBC, Russia Today, Al Jazeera. I watch that a little more than I do American media, but I still watch American media, and I split it up as well. I watch Fox News, and then I'll try to read the same exact story on CNN because I know I'm going to get two different sides, but then I draw my own conclusion when I put them both together, all right? I like to use the analogy of the butt cheeks, all right? The American media is ass, all right? So you got two butt cheeks, they're ass, all right? But they have the left butt cheek and the right butt cheek, all right? And both butt cheeks are not the same, but they're both still part of the ass, all right? And you got to find out what they're both talking about and come up to a general conclusion. I'm not an idiot. I'm not a retard, all right? I've actually spent more than 3 or 4 years now into politics, reading into it and becoming as involved as I can, all right? And that video was very opinionated, and it wasn't a let me school you. It was this is what I thought about the debate. So and what I thought about the situation in Wisconsin and my thoughts and my opinions. There weren't very many facts in that video because it wasn't a factual video. There were a lot of facts in this video because this video is meant to be a factual video because I have to respond to you because you were harsh. I guess I deserve it because I wasn't clear. Alright? But it just shows how much you know what you're talking about, alright? Specific to Wisconsin, alright? It's a national level issue. A lot of people around the country know exactly what's going on, and they're following it. Right? So you have a national thing going on in your state. So that's all I got. This video is like 16 minutes, about to be 16 minutes long. I don't even know if it's gonna pause. I'll try it anyways. If not, I'll probably edit it. But yeah, that's all I got for now.